So we're about to do a little unboxing. I just got a bag of goods from FedEx, direct from Japan. Adding some BFS JDM products has been something I've been playing with a lot this summer. You know, Texas heat pushing 103, 4, 5, 6 degrees every day. You know, highly pressured and lethargic fish. It is a great thing to downsize. And if you are a jig thrower, look at this little 3.5 inch rubber skirt Valley Hill Devil jig. It has a super unique head shape, nice weed guard. This guy, I believe, is coming in at 3.5 ounces. Yeah, or sorry, it's 3.5 grams. And one of my favorite things, and a hook that I've really become obsessed with, is gonna be these Inchy Wacky Juniors. These are going to be your wacky Nico type jig heads. So they have the little ball head. Obviously these are gonna be in that BFS realm, 1/32. That work fantastic for your worms. Even if any of you are familiar with the rubber dice, great for rubber dice. Sticking in that weighted theme. A few little baby bullet weights for our Texas rig needs, and nail weights. These are not just something that you can stick in a bait for a Nico, but you can also stick these in paddle tails or gills or any number of other things to help them swim a little truer and be able to maybe even swim a little faster. This is something that I am most intrigued with. Now, this little switch bomb is going to be your wobble head type bait. Now these are fantastic little offset light wires, EWGs, and those little weights that they sell individually as well that work really good for the Carolina rig, and they come in a number of different weights. UG style offset worm weights that kind of split the difference between your average, normal, everyday jig, football, ball head. Just a little different variety in these little BFS sizes. A few of our standard ball head style hooks, just really downsized for our BFS game. Almost all of this tackle is going to be decoy or zappu when it comes to the terminal, which is some of my favorite things to throw. Worm hooks that can be used for any number of applications, just like any other. These are just going to be a little bit more for your BFS stuff. A little finessier, a little light wire. You're not really going to need to have too much drag on these. They slip right in. You're going to catch fish left and right. Everybody has obviously been using hover strolling a lot more lately, especially after a number of the big boy tournament guys having a number of tournament wins and a lot of success. So your hover stroll, couple with guards, couple without, various sizes. Pair these up with any of your favorite paddle tail, straight tail, minnow style baits, and even those little nail weights, and you have got a little live scope sniper bait right there. But your drop shot Nico wacky hooks as well, super light wire, very downsized again for these hot Texas summers. And if you're gonna throw things like those, then these will definitely help you out with how many baits you're gonna go through. Saving a little money where you can is definitely always helpful. Now this guy right here is gonna be a big boy tube for something like the Kinko Air 13 inch and some of the other giant crawler style baits. A few drop shot and or free rig weights. Now, I know a lot of people see these and kind of wonder, what's the difference? These guys tend to do a lot better in the rocks. They seem, at least for me personally, to not get hung up as often. And these little sticks here, you can use them equally as a tie-on drop shot weight as you can free rig. A couple of super unique things probably to most people will be the integration of those weights right there, direct to a hook, ready to go to drag that bottom with some of the really, really finessey craws or gills or worms. And I cannot wait to get these guys in the water. You're talking a 1/16 ounce with the little flash, screw lock. I think that I'm going to immediately be ordering more of these guys right here. I got a few packs of some baits that I believe everybody probably knows about, but if you don't, G-Crack is a fantastic company that has a ton of baits that are not just these little bellows that I think most people are familiar with. A lot of people have been throwing these, probably throwing the much bigger ones. I know that I have. They're great for a number of different applications, but this little 2-inch guy here, this is BFS all day long. And if you've ever had a G-Crack bait, you would know they have a very unique smell. It could be just me, but I really think they smell like Fritos or corn chips, corn nuts. And it's a very strong and oily scent that they give off. There's another pack right here, just in a little bit more of a sprayed grass color. These things, I'm telling you, they get bit, and you can see how little they are. I mean, just sitting next to my thumbnail. Another little guy here in that BFS realm, the 40 gram, the Minnow Ripper. Incredible. I also believe that these guys glow in the dark. A lot of people are very familiar with the Hog Hunter missile bait trailers that are just becoming, big time over this last year, but I don't believe that a lot of people realize that companies like Depths or OSP have been making this straight tail style trailer for a very long time, and they come in a number of sizes. I like to size up often when throwing chatterbaits, and this 6-inch size just gives a big profile to your chatterbait, as well as you can throw this just like you're throwing your Cinco. Look at that watermelon red. You can throw this like a Cinco. It'll react a little bit like a fluke. Like the incredible versatility. You're telling me that won't look like a shad skipping around under docks? Incredible. One of my favorite stick baits, the Kinko Air. Incredible versatility. This guy can be wacky rigged, Nico rigged, Texas rigged, thrown all over the place in any situation that you would like. And I believe these come all the way down to a 4-inch size, and they go all the way up to 13s. Another bait that I think a lot of people probably are familiar with, but maybe have never even considered the size of this. This is gonna be the Depths Bull Flat, which also comes in I believe a 2.8, 3.8, 4.8, 5.8. Could be wrong, but those are pretty close. Has a little subtle flat action, falls with just that little bit of a kick. You can throw this nose hooked. You can put a nail weight, hover stroll it. You can ball head it. You can maybe even that little flashy belly weighted hook that I got would look great on this. It's another watermelon red color. If you're not familiar with JDM baits, these things are just something that even if it can give you 2 extra bites, 1 extra bite, even the chance of an extra bite is something that could be the difference between going home with a check or not. And all of this here is since I bought it direct from Japan, it cost me less than $120. So if you need any help, any suggestions, talking JDMs, where to buy, how to use, how to rig, just reach out. 3 the Hard Way on all social media platforms.